Welcome to Philosophy of the Soul. Today, let's take a quiet moment together to explore a thought that might gently shift the way you live. Don't chase happiness. Live a meaningful life instead. Have you ever felt like you've been trying so hard to be happy, yet somehow you still feel empty, tired, or lost? Maybe we've been asking the wrong question. Happiness isn't something to chase, something that flows naturally from a life filled with purpose. In this video, we'll dive into the powerful insights of Viktor Frankl, a man who survived one of history's darkest times and came out with a profound understanding of human meaning, personal values, and true fulfillment. If you're searching for peace, depth, and something more than the fleeting idea of happiness, you're in the right place. This journey begins right here, right now, with you pressing play. So stay with me. Let's rediscover what it truly means to live. Asterisk. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, if I just had a bit more money, or a better job, or more time to relax, and I'd finally be happy? Maybe you've even chased that feeling, trying new hobbies, diets, routines, hoping each one would bring you the peace or joy you've been looking for. But the truth is, happiness often feels like chasing a butterfly. The more we run after it, the farther it flies. And when we do catch it, flutters away the moment something goes. It's something most of us don't talk about out loud. We've all felt it, especially as we get older. You reach a point in life where you start asking, is this all there is? Maybe you've ticked off many of the big boxes: career, family, house, and yet there's still an emptiness, kind of quiet ache. That's because we've been told for so long to chase happiness, as if it's the ultimate goal of life. But what if we've been chasing the wrong thing? That question, simple yet powerful, is at the heart of what we'll talk about today. And I want you to know, this isn't about fixing your life or changing who you are. It's about shifting how you see your life. Not through the lens of chasing happiness, but through the deeper, more lasting pursuit of meaning. The difference between happiness and meaning might sound small at first, but it changes everything. Happiness is often about how we feel in a moment, comfortable, joyful, satisfied. But meaning goes beyond feelings. It's about what our life stands for, what we contribute, what legacy we leave behind. And that, as Viktor Frankl once said, is what makes life truly worth living. Frankl was a psychologist who survived the horrors of a Nazi concentration camp. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he wrote something incredible. He said that people who had a clear sense of meaning were far more likely to survive than those who didn't. Not because they were physically stronger, because they had something to live for. Even in the darkest times, meaning gave them strength. It's a powerful reminder that even when happiness disappears, when life is painful or uncertain, meaning can still be present. Think about that for a moment. If meaning can carry someone through a concentration camp, what could it do for you and me in our daily lives? Let's start by looking at a common trap many of us fall into, thinking that we'll be happy when we retire, when kids grow up, when we lose weight, find love, or finally go on that long-awaited vacation. But every time we get to one of those destinations, happiness might show up for a little while and then it fades again. That's because happiness based on circumstances is fragile. It depends on things we often can't control. Job loss, a health scare, or even a cloudy day can take it away. When you live with meaning, your well-being isn't tied to the ups and downs of daily life. Meaning gives you an anchor, purpose that keeps you grounded, even when the world feels uncertain. So what does living with meaning actually look like? It doesn't have to be something grand or dramatic. It doesn't mean starting a charity or becoming a monk. Sometimes, it's simply about the relationships we nurture, the values we stand by, or the small ways we help others each day. It might be the care you give your family, the way you show up for a friend, or the pride you take in your work, whatever that work may be. I once met a man in his 60s who had worked as a school janitor for over 30 years. Someone asked him if he ever wished he'd done something more meaningful. He smiled and said, "Every day, I make this place feel clean and safe for the kids. That matters." I could see it in his eyes. He wasn't chasing happiness, he had meaning. With that came a quiet kind of joy, one that didn't depend on recognition or applause. Living meaningfully often means asking better questions. Instead of asking, what will make me happy today? Try asking, what can I contribute today? Or who can I lift up today? These questions might not always lead to comfort or ease, but they lead to fulfillment. And that's something much deeper, much more lasting. If you're someone who has felt restless, unfulfilled, or just a bit disconnected lately, I want you to know you're not alone. You're not doing life wrong. You might just be at the edge of something new. A deeper chapter that begins when you stop chasing quick fixes and start asking what your life really means to you. And don't worry, finding meaning isn't about having all the answers. It's a process, a journey to places. You'll find it in unexpected places. Sometimes it shifts and changes as we grow older. The important thing is to stay open to the question, to pay attention to the moments that move us, and to choose paths that reflect who we truly are. Maybe you've already had those moments, the ones that felt strangely meaningful, even if they weren't happy. It's moments like sitting with a loved one through illness, or helping a child through a difficult time, or even saying goodbye to something you once thought you couldn't live without. They didn't bring a smile to your face, but they left a mark on your soul. It's meaning, it's quiet, it's steady. It changes you in ways happiness never could. One of the most powerful things about meaning is that it invites us to step outside of ourselves. Happiness is often about getting pleasure, getting comfort, getting more. But meaning is about giving. It's about connection. And when you start looking at life that way, something shifts. Your relationships become deeper. Your days feel fuller. Even the ordinary tasks, making a meal, listening to a friend, finishing a hard job start to feel like part of a bigger picture. But what if you're not sure what gives your life meaning anymore? That's more common than you might think, especially during times of transition. Maybe your kids have grown and left home. Maybe you're retired. Maybe you're simply not the same person you were 10 years ago. That's okay. In fact, that's normal. Meaning isn't something we find once and keep forever. It evolves with us. The key is to stay curious. One way to begin reconnecting with meaning is to reflect on the things that used to bring you a sense of purpose. What moments from your past made you feel most alive? What kind of conversations light you up? Or the people you feel drawn to help or support? You don't need to have a grand vision right away. Sometimes simply following those small threads is enough to lead you somewhere deeper. Viktor Frankl believed that meaning could come from three main sources: our work, our relationships, the way we face suffering. And I think that's such a powerful reminder that even our struggles can hold meaning if we choose to see them that way. The pain doesn't disappear, but it can be transformed. It can become part of your story, part that inspires others, or makes you stronger, or helps you appreciate life in a new way. There's something deeply comforting in that idea, isn't there? That even the hardest parts of our journey aren't wasted, that they can be woven into a life that matters. You start seeing your experiences through that lens. It opens up a whole new way of thinking. And it's not just about the big picture. Even our daily routines can be infused with meaning. The way we start our mornings, the way we talk to strangers, the way we show up, even on the days we feel like hiding. Meaning isn't always loud or dramatic. It's often found in the quiet. Choice to live with intention, to care, to give, to grow. I remember talking to a woman in her 50s who told me she felt like she was behind in life, like she hadn't achieved what she was supposed to by her age. But when she talked about how she'd raised her younger siblings after her parents passed, or how she volunteers every weekend at a local shelter, or how she always finds time to listen to her friends, her eyes lit up. That's meaning. It doesn't show up on resumes, doesn't get posted on social media, but it's real, it's lasting. You start living with meaning, happiness often follows, but not the fleeting kind. It's a deeper happiness. It's a kind that comes from knowing who you are and why you're here. It's not about being cheerful all the time. It's about being whole, about feeling like your life adds up to something more than just moments of pleasure. It adds up to your story, your values, your heart. So the next time you feel lost or empty, or like happiness keeps slipping through your fingers, try shifting the question. Instead of asking, what will make me happy? Ask, what will make this moment meaningful? That small shift can lead you in a direction you never expected, but one that feels deeply right. Living with meaning doesn't require a big change. It starts right where you are, with what you already have. It's about choosing presence over distraction, depth over comfort, contribution over consumption. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. You begin to trust yourself more. You begin to feel at home in your own life. It's not perfect, and maybe that's the real secret. Not chasing after a perfect life, but choosing to make the life you already have meaningful. One day, one choice at a time. Some people spend their whole lives waiting for happiness to arrive as if it's a destination at the end of a long road. But what if happiness isn't a place to reach, but a side effect of living in alignment with what matters most? Think about it. When you look back at the moments that truly shaped you, chances are they weren't always easy. They were moments of courage, connection, and deep honesty. And those moments didn't just give you joy, they gave your life texture, richness, and purpose. We often talk about happiness like it's a prize we can earn once we get everything right. But the truth is, you can do everything right and still feel empty if your life lacks meaning. That's why meaning matters more. Meaning anchors you. It steadies you when life gets hard. It gives you something to hold on to when the world feels unpredictable or unfair. And here's the beauty of it. Living a meaningful life doesn't require you to be anyone other than who you already are. You don't need more money, more success, or more time. You just need to start paying attention to the people around you, to the values that guide you, and to the small moments that whisper, this matters. Let me share something powerful from Viktor Frankl, the psychiatrist who survived the horrors of the concentration camps and still chose to believe in the human spirit. He wrote, "Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. That why doesn't have to be complicated. It might be your family, your art, your faith, the way you care for others. But once you find a tour, begin searching for it, life takes on a new clarity. And don't worry if your why isn't crystal clear yet. This isn't a race. Meaning often grows slowly, like a tree. And just like a tree, it needs time, space, and a little attention. Each day, that could mean journaling in the quiet of the morning, calling someone you love, volunteering an hour of your week, taking a walk and asking yourself, what really matters to me today? It also means learning to let go of the pressure to always feel happy. You're human. Some days will be heavy, some seasons will feel confusing. But if you stay committed to living meaningfully, those hard days become part of something beautiful. They teach you, deepen your compassion. They help you grow into someone more grounded, more present, and more fully alive. You see, meaning isn't about perfection, it's about intention. It's about asking, am I living true to myself, not to please others, not to meet society's expectations, but to honor what your soul quietly knows, that life is short, and love, kindness, purpose. These are the things that make it worthwhile. And maybe the biggest paradox of all is this. You stop chasing happiness and start living. With meaning, happiness gently finds you. Not in the way you expected, but in ways that stay. In peaceful mornings, in honest conversations, the pride of doing something hard just because it mattered to you. So, if you've been feeling like something's missing, if life looks fine on the surface, this might be your invitation to shift focus. Don't chase the smile. Chase the spark. Chase the truth. Chase the version of yourself that shows up with heart, even on the messy days. And trust this, it's never too late. No matter where you are in life, meaning is still waiting for you. It doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for presence, for curiosity, for the courage to live each day with a little more depth. Before we close, I want to remind you of something simple but powerful. You matter. Your story matters in the way you choose to live, not just for happiness, but for meaning can ripple out and touch more lives than you'll ever know. If this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What gives your life meaning right now? What are you learning to let go of or hold on to? And if you found value in this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. Philosophy of the soul. We're building a community here, one that honors wisdom, depth, and living fully at every stage of life. Remember, happiness might come and go, but meaning stays. So live with heart, live with purpose, and trust that every moment of intention is a step toward a life that truly matters. You deserve that kind of life.